born in the last century, you were born in this century. That was from a TV show called Home Improvement. And I'm the tool girl.
Woo!
For those of you that don't know my story, my name is the tool girl, not because of all the men that have stalked me and tried to date me and that I've attracted. Ladies, I know you know the tools that I'm talking about, and men, you probably know them too, but you are them. That's the difference. So, I also did not ever worship the band Tool, nor was I a groupie for Tool at all. So let's just wipe those two things completely out of your head. I will also not be touching this microphone tonight because of the three comedians before me. I've heard some things that said, probably just not my thing. I'd also like to point out when they pair you with a coach and her name is OSHA and you're the tool girl, not really somebody you're gonna hang out with either. I can tell by the number of laughters we don't have a lot of construction people here. But my real story is, I was from Central Ohio. I moved down to this lovely place of Cincinnati to go to UC. Why? Because it was the farthest from my family. Had just enough money to pay for my freshman year. Then I had to go home. It was summer, I needed a job. And my lovely friend Stacy, who went to a different university, beat us home. So she found jobs for all of us at Sears. Once again, if you're not born in the last century, Sears was like glorified Walmart, except they also sold appliances. But Sears was very serious. So I hear you laughing. I don't think laughing is good. Sears is very serious. This was a career for many people. It had a very serious dress code. So for all of you agents out there wearing flip-flops and cut-off jeans to your showings, you were not properly trained for this job. Sears properly trained me for becoming a realtor 15 years ago, right? Because if you're gonna work at Sears, it is very well known. All men will wear a jacket, they'll wear a tie, they'll wear a shirt, properly polished shoes, and ladies will come in pantyhose. Yes, that's right, pantyhose. It was terrible. And high heels or low heels. Your best grandma itchy sweaters were bought there at Christmas time. Sears was a magical place, right? And that's where I wanted to work when I was 19. So imagine the interview, right? I come home from UC, I've been citified, right? I've been to Cincinnati, I'm all the way back in little tiny Newark, Ohio, deciding that I'm gonna work at Sears. My friend Stacy says, you'll love it, the manager's really hot. Okay, great. So I put on my shortest skirt from Limited, I've got my pantyhose on and my high heels, and I'm so excited. And he was cute. He also really liked me because his girlfriend worked at Pizza Hut, and she needed a server. And he thought he was gonna get 2 for 1, and I was like, yeah, I really need the money for school, so I'll work for her during the day, I'll work for you at night, this will be great. He's like, okay, you're hired. We have 2 positions open. Okay. We have sporting goods. Who the hell ever bought sporting goods from Sears, right? This is a commission job. These are serious people with serious careers, right? Who's gonna make a living at Sears selling sporting goods? But they also had craftsman tools. And I'm like, well, shoot, I'm 19. I know what a screwdriver is. Of course I can sell tools, right? This sounds just great. So he hires me for the tool department. I come walking in, all prancing in on day 1 with my high heels, my very cute little skirt. And these 2 70-plus-year-old men are my trainer. Can you imagine the look on their face when I come bouncing in like this great Old Navy commercial in my high heels to sell their very serious tools? Clearly, I must have no clue what I'm doing. In fact, if any of you follow me on Facebook, they had the same look on their face as you probably did when you saw me dressed up in full fishing waders a few weeks ago, modeling a 2-acre property in a pond. If you don't follow me on Facebook, you probably should, because you never know what you're gonna see for real estate there. So anyway, these 2 guys are staring at me and they're like, I'll tell you what, honey. And they called me honey a lot. Honey, we're gonna play a game every day. Oh, okay, creepy grandpas. What kind of games do we play? We're gonna describe a tool and we want you to go find it. Okay. So I would go out around the department and look for it. Now, mind you, I did tell you this was a commission job, right? So they would send me out to the department. If I would find it and bring it back to them, they were so kind and they would tell me what it would do. Now, I was an education major, so I loved this game. The more nerd, the better. Bring it on, people. Supreme nerd right here. I was the president of the Honor Society. Trust me, I'm gonna learn every tool you've got in this department right now. But it was also a commission job, so I was like their dog that they were playing fetch with. How exciting, right? They'd throw the bone, I'd go out and look with it. They'd keep me all distracted, they'd sell the tools, they'd get the money. This was just awesome for me. But I didn't care. It was awesome. So I earned this nickname, the Tool Girl, because all the grandmas would come in and talk to me for their husbands, all the wives would come in, all the girlfriends, and every mechanic, when he got off work, he would come and see the girl from UC with her tiny little dress and her high heels, and I would just prance around because it was commission-based, right? Well, then I decided I was going to come back to Cincinnati and work for the Sears in Tri-County. Why? Because it was the biggest tool department in all of Ohio. And now I have my entire inner tool geek on, and I am ready to be the tool girl there, right? 12 weeks of experience. I mean, I must know everything. It's 12 weeks. Oh, I know you guys are laughing. You all got your real estate license in 120 hours. Come on. Let's pretend like you really know everything in 120 hours. So I've got about the same amount of experience coming back here, right? So I go to work for this lady in Tri-County because the manager there was a woman and she could care less how short my skirt was. In fact, she's like, honey, do you know anything about tools? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I do. You want to talk about radial arm saws? You want to talk about bandsaws? Please, I will tell you everything that I know. And it was awesome. So then I learned that the key to a man's heart was mentioning things like, oh, do you want to buy some accessories? Do you need some extra drill bits? And instantly, they were mine. Talk about a commission job that made sense. I mean, we can't upsell somebody on a basement. Oh, do you need extra faucets? That's not an option in our houses, right? But you want to upsell a man on some tools or some sockets? It was the best job ever. Fast forward, 1994, it's December. What magical 4 letters brought our imaginations to life? No, Mary Jo, not a 4-letter word wherever you're sitting. I know you know the 4-letter words. And no agents, it's not the word sold. It's not the word deal. It was HGTV. It made its debut in 1994. I was a whopping 20 years old and I said, oh my God, I found my calling. I'm gonna be a house flipper. Because you know, by now I have 6 months experience, so this is going to be amazing, right? But I did. I worked for the next 12 years. I sold power tools. I rented construction equipment. I can run a bulldozer, a backhoe, and then finally met my husband. We bought a house. We flipped it, and the rest is history. So the only good thing that I learned out of this is by becoming a realtor, I could then sell all those tools that I met along the way, a house, and